How's it going, everyone? My name is Zero Matter here, hosting the Zero Matter Experiment. Okay. This is strange. We never do it this way. I guess you can see me. The man, the myth, the legend behind these atrocious voiceovers. In any case, yeah. Hey guys. First and foremost, I'm the one and only Zero Matter, 128 or Zero or just Matter or however you want to address me. In all honesty, Gung Ho ambassador for the game that is Ninjala. If this is our first time meeting, welcome to the show, this channel, the stream, whatever I decide to do with this. In all honesty, it's pleasure to make your acquaintance. If you found this video or the stream or whatever this decides to be, first and foremost, most importantly, I want to thank everybody who participated in the questionnaire. You guys left some very interesting takes that really put on full display the current state of Ninjala and where it will unfortunately stay for some, unless, of course, there's a major shift that happens. But given the recent battle passes and seasons, I've been at least trying to study and brush up on those as well. It's hard to really guess where the direction of this game is going to go. But I also want to apologize right out of the gate with this. This video was taking way too long. Okay, it's been a long time coming. I've been trying to make a video like this in particular. I'll say this actually. I'll say this. A video like this was supposed to be done seasons ago, and I mean seasons ago. But lots of things got shifted. This got put on the back burner for other projects and whatnot. So, and the worst part of it is trying to get this voiceover recording done and all that. I actually ended up getting sick while in the middle of doing this project. It honestly was just terrible luck at its finest. So I don't know. I don't want to put it off any longer either, but the sickness knocked me out for just about 3 weeks. That this video should have been done by then. I already had all the necessary info that I needed, all the thumbnails, and literally you guys are about to see in this video stream whatever this ends up being. I literally had everything I needed. The only problem was I could not do the proper voice work because I was legitimately sick. So much so I ended up going to the doctor. And yes, again, if you're new around here, we don't ever get sick around here. And when we do, it is bad. And this year in particular, I guess it just hit us really, really, really bad. So, all sorts of schedule changes. You get the idea, okay? I don't want to prolong this anymore. But let's see. So hopefully it comes out well. I hope I sound coherent enough for people to understand the points that are about to be made across. But yes, enough about me. All right, enough about me. This video was meant, as I hit my mic, this video was, I guess the best way to put it, was made by the community, for the community. I needed all the help I could get. We had a questionnaire going into this video. If you filled out the questionnaire, your name is going to pop up. And then some other things as well, I guess. Your name is going to pop up for credit to this video because there is absolutely no way, no shot that I was going to be able to accomplish this video unless I ended up getting the necessary info from you guys, which again, it matters to me. I don't know if anyone's realistically I don't know if anyone has honestly said that. So I'll say it in the way that it makes the most amount of sense to me, at least. It matters to me that we can have some form of communication, because I know, and I'm sure everyone else is kind of feeling it, there really doesn't seem to be a whole lot of that these days. It actually has been a very long time since we made any Ninjala video. I was kind of hoping to come back with some mildly good news, but it just seems like here we are. So, on behalf of the Zero Matter Experiment, myself, and I guess everyone that participated. Welcome to Ninjala Community Feedback a la Zero Matter style. Let's go. Please be advised, the contents of this video are made up of the thoughts and opinions of players who answered the questionnaire. They will be given credit as such in this video. If the contents of this video do not align with your own thoughts, please do not throw any bad judgment onto the players. If you want to have a discussion, a civil, mature discussion about a topic or two, leave it down in the comments below. Okay, so let's get this show on the road. In order to see how we got to where we are now, I think it's important to highlight when, where, and how Ninjala made its way into your gaming ecosystem. This question is more for the new players that happen to find this game or even this video now. Our first question from the questionnaire is, how did you discover Ninjala and what interested you most when you first heard about Ninjala? See, some of you may be wondering why this question was even asked. Consider this. What makes a game stand out more than anything else to the general gaming public? I would say, in a nutshell, marketing. The marketing aspect of Ninjala has always been a puzzling one. See, back when E3 was still around, Ninjala was unveiled at E3 2018. Fast forward to 2020, Ninjala would see what I would think its most capitalized opportunity for timing and marketing for a video game during the pandemic.
Will the real Master Ninja please stand up? Oh, so you're the ultimate ninja, are you? Well then, prove it in battle. As one of 8 players, you must earn the most points to claim victory. Sprint across stages, and show off your gum ninjutsu like only you can. By chewing ninja gum, you can dash at high speeds, disguise yourself, and wield an arsenal of skills. And speaking of arsenals, from heady-hitting hammers, to fast and flashy katanas, to tactical tricked-out yo-yos, your choice of equipment could mean the difference between domination and defeat. Ninjas thrive in clans, so cement your supremacy in 4-on-4 team battles that prove ninjas are most clever when they work together. Will your efforts end in gummy disaster? Or prove you're the master? When Ninjala sneaks up on Nintendo Switch May 27th. And hey, it's free to play too!
Ninjala was showcased during a Nintendo Direct Mini. Now, let's say you don't watch Nintendo Directs. What else would help get the word out for a game's existence? Promotions, sponsorships, specifically sponsorships from content creators/streamers. One sponsored content creator video that really stood out amongst the others was the video Markiplier put out, garnering 1.4 million views that at least gave it some traction that they may have been looking for. There is also another very niche area that Ninjala did manage to enter, and that would be the Gmod SFM section of the internet. From the intel I was able to obtain, here's what I can share. The Gmod SFM community helped promote the game for free, as some people only ever heard of Ninjala via the Gmod SFM community, which I think is great. What's not so great, according to my notes here, is that the community got hit with massive DMCA strikes. One can only imagine that this must have left a rather bitter and sour taste. With one area of support gone, where else could you hear about Ninjala? I guess you can see it on the Nintendo shop or another random YouTube video. The characters and art style definitely can draw your attention towards them. Okay, now that we have a brief overview on how Ninjala may have entered your gaming space, let's move on to the next question. Our next question is, what was your favorite season or seasons of Ninjala and why? Okay, for this section, I'm going to put up a chart/graph that showcases which season or seasons were a crowd favorite. It's also worth noting that everyone was allowed to choose more than one answer for this. And as you can clearly see here on this graph/chart, after a certain point, things just took a massive nosedive. Once again, if you're new in town, this next segment might be a little bit confusing, so stick with us as best as you can. To really showcase the differences between the past seasons to current seasons, I'm going to show the trailer of the latest season versus a trailer from one of my personal favorite seasons.
Chosen ones of the secret ninja clan, welcome to the Shinobi Matsuri Festival! Here we'll be streaming awesome sounds and dance moves straight into your brain to send you on a total ninja trip! Ippon Blast! Light a fire with crazy ninjutsu! Kamikaze Tornado!
Ultimate Ninja! Make some noise! Now the Kawaii Ninja Princess takes the stage! Is your Shinobi energy ready for the starting dash? Power Buster like a beast! Alright then, here we go! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1!
Ninjala or Gung Ho, what happened here? This game felt like it had so much more life in it back then. Now, so many of you have listed your reasons as to why a particular season was your favorite. Due to the gigantic list, I'm going to speed things up. From seasons 1 through 11, here are some of the things that stood out from each season. To keep this section brief, I'm going to be sticking to just collabs or any other monumental thing that may have happened during the season, for example, getting a new map. I won't be mentioning any new weapons that may have debuted or any new cards that may have debuted, because if I did that, then I think we would be here all day. Okay, so Season 1, everyone here is new to the game. This is everyone's introductory arc. Season 2, the Shinobi City stage was added. The Sonic collab was also featured in Season 2. Season 3, the Croissant Arena stage was added. A collaboration with Kyary Pamyu Pamyu and Steve Aoki was featured here as well. During this season, we were able to get Ninjala's very own theme, Ninja Rabang Bang Steve Aoki remix as our in-game fight song, as well as Kyary Pamyu Pamyu's ninja outfit that she used in the music video. Season 4, KPP returns for another collab, the Gum Gum Girl collab. Let It Die also managed to get a collaboration in as well. Also, Fort Riverdale map was also added in Season 4. Season 5 had 2 collaborations. The community famous Soup Bowl collab, aka the Nissin UFO Yakisoba collab, as well as a collab with Monster Hunter Rise. Season 6 introduced the Sphinx Valley map. They also had a collaboration with Demon Slayer. Season 7 had 2 collabs, the first being the Meiji Petite Gum collab, the second being the Hatsune Miku collab. Season 8 had 2 collabs, one being Puzzles and Dragons, the other being the Rurouni Kenshin collab. The next season, I think, will go down as one of the more controversial seasons to ever appear in Ninjala. Season 9 had a collaboration with Jujutsu Kaisen. It also debuted the long-anticipated WNA Resort, but by far the most controversial thing about this season is that the Ninja Gum Lab was introduced. We will discuss that later, but for now, let's move on to Season 10. Season 10 had a collaboration with the up-and-coming anime known as Tokyo Revengers. Season 11 featured a second Demon Slayer collaboration, this time with new outfits. It also featured a new map called WNA Junkyard. I know I said I would speedrun seasons 1 through 11, but I do have to add in one more. The honorable mention goes to Season 12 for the collaboration of Attack on Titan. This would mark my final season playing the game. As we are about to unpack here, I want to go back to the chart for a second. One has to wonder, why is it that after Season 11 everything goes dark? For that, we have to overlook some details from across all the seasons. Consider this, from Season 6, we didn't get a new stage until Season 11. Not to mention, the game menu and gameplay haven't changed much at all since the game dropped back in 2020. After a while, the seasons seemed to just kind of drag, almost felt like forever before we got to the next season. Which brings us to our next question actually. How long do you think one season should run for? Once again, I display a graph of what the community has chosen as far as the length of a season is concerned. Everyone has brought very valid points to the table, but here's a question that will have mixed answers. What was the fastest you ever completed a season's battle pass? It's a pretty good question when you consider the following. What happens when you finish a battle pass too early? The battle pass and the duration of a season are usually supposed to go hand in hand in most cases. But there are times where a season seems to drag. Part of this, I think, is due to how some collaborations were placed in the middle of the season. And once the collaboration ended, the second half of the season didn't offer anything eventful in order to bring the end of the season to a fun close. By this point, if you finished the battle pass, participated in the collaboration, and the tail end of the season had nothing new going, we were kind of awkwardly waiting for the next season to arrive. Collaborations at least generated some type of hype or interest in the community to whenever they were announced. This brings us to our fourth question. Should collaborations make a return? Why or why not? Once again, here's a tally of the results. And while the responses were overwhelmingly positive, I will try to look at this from both sides. Maybe collaborations should return, at least that way new players can snag some of the stuff they may have missed. Once the anime collabs hit the market, wow did that generate a lot of buzz. Then again, maybe they shouldn't return. Maybe they stay a one and done sort of thing. I mean, you can hardly call an outfit or an emote an exclusive if everyone is running around with it, right? Exclusive items are supposed to have some sort of unique charm to it. Then again, if collabs did make a return, they almost always hosted a community tournament by the end of it, which was interesting to see since everyone who participated got some sort of commemorative prize for participating in the tournament at least. Also, since we are this far in the game's lifespan, we can lightly say this. There has been a lot of anime crossovers that now it may seem like they're overdoing it. This is a double-edged sword, since the anime collab may be good, But if that's the only thing hyping up a season, what does that say for the rest of the season? Maybe venture outside of anime, but this all comes down to different devs and studios that would even consider collaborating in the first place. So, if collaborations are enough to generate buzz going into Ninjala, then we have to ask this question. In terms of the Battle Pass, has it gotten better or worse? Okay, let me save you another graph or chart to look at. Almost everyone has agreed that the Battle Pass has gotten worse. Oh man, where do we even begin? The Battle Pass, you know, the main thing that's supposed to carry out a season from start to finish, especially if there isn't a collab going on at all. At this point, we're all saying the same thing out loud. How is it that fishing bait and lab points have overtaken the Battle Pass about a game that features bubblegum and modern day ninjas? Let's take a step back for a second. This next segment, we are going to showcase all the past Battle Passes from seasons 1 through 11. And rather than me explain the differences between each Battle Pass, I'm actually going to just showcase you all the Battle Passes from seasons 1 through 11 in terms of what they had inside those Battle Passes. If you ask me on a personal note, seasons 1 through 11, the community was hella spoiled. One could also argue these past season battle passes, we took them for granted. This next piece of information I feel like I need to share. I do try to be as thorough as I can possibly be with my own research. So for the first time in a very long time, I actually did dive back into Ninjala itself to take a glance at the battle pass. I also wanted to check out the shop itself. I wanted to see if they had learned their lesson from Season 12 or Season 13 or whenever this fishing bait dilemma really started to take over. And I guess I can say, they decided to not learn their lesson. It literally is a mirror of Season 13. Don't believe me? Check out my Season 13 reaction video. And you tell me the difference between Season 13's Battle Pass to the more recent Battle Pass. So, is the Battle Pass redeemable at this point? Can it be saved at all? If so, how? Let's look at an alternative with this question. Should there be cosmetic recolors, yes or no? Here's a graph/chart on how the community responded. And as usual, I will try and meet viewpoints in the middle. With what we know about the current state of the Battle Pass, I wouldn't be quick to discard the idea of cosmetic recolors. There's already a huge lack of color customization when it comes to cosmetics. If they throw in recolors into the Battle Pass system somehow, that would almost make the Battle Pass somewhat worth it. Will it solve the problem? Maybe, maybe not. But remember, with roughly only 2 costumes in the Battle Pass these days, a recolor of an existing cosmetic wouldn't be such a bad idea. Or maybe recolors in general aren't worth it. Ideally, if recolors are out of the question, then we can only hope for new cosmetics on a regular basis. Maybe there can be some type of optional cosmetic, but that optional cosmetic shouldn't be the main cosmetic of a future season. Phew! Wow, that was a whole lot to cover. And yet there's still one more thing I personally would like to talk about. It's actually the last question on the questionnaire, ranked versus casual. Or do you happen to play both? This one will be dealt with very differently from the rest, as this one question cannot be answered through normal means. It will be covered in a part 2 of this video. So, Ninjala, Gung-Ho, the community has spoken. The ball is in your court now, and how the future of Ninjala continues. We can either make an attempt to right some wrongs, or we can ignore it all and continue losing players as the seasons roll on. The choice is yours. Once again, I want to thank everyone who filled out the questionnaire. It really gave a lot of insight in when creating this video. I hope it met your standards. I hope this video gets passed around the community to those who might not have known we were even doing this. I hope this video creates more talking points you might not have noticed at first. I've said it before and I'll say it again, this video was made by the community, for the community. Well, that's it for this very comprehensive video on Ninjala. Once again, thanks to everyone that made it this far in the video. My name is Zero Matter here, hosting the Zero Matter Experiment, and I will see you all on the next one. Later.